It's been a minute, my friends. What's up, everyone? So, this is another month in What Would You Make? And I have some fantastic Christmas inspiration for you. I also have a free printable down in the description box for you in exchange for your email address. Yes, I'm going out now, my friends. Yes, I've been very busy doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. My new book devotional will be coming out shortly at the first of next month. I also have journals and composition books on Amazon. Be sure to check those out. Without further ado, let's get crafting. So we're going to be using one of Dollar Tree's calendar sheet, this round plaque that came from plaid, some Tuscan apple barrel red, and some folk art Adirondack in white. And I'm using the white because I don't want the red to be too strong. So I'm going to use the white to just tone that down a little bit. So I remove the plastic from our sign. It does have a light film or glass in the middle. I shouldn't say glass, but you know what I mean. So here I'm just removing the string, just getting it out of the way while I paint. And once I got that done, now I'm going to mix my paint. And like I mentioned, I'm just using a little of the white to tone down the red because it was too burgundy and I didn't want it that strong. Now before I paint, I wanted to make sure that I had the measurement for my calendar page that's going to go on the inside. So I took a piece of paper and just folded it along the middle on the center fold and used my finger to just crease it around just to give me an idea where I needed to cut. And once I had that cut out, this is my template for cutting out my calendar piece. Because it's round, then I need to have a template and it's going on the inside of our frame. So that's why I needed a template to cut that out. So once I measured and traced off my template, cut that out, I'm going to use that to cut out the calendar sheet. It was still a little too big, so I needed to trim that down a little bit. And once I trim that down, I am covering up the inside piece because I don't want my paint to get on that. And here I am now going around my frame with my mixed paint, and I'm going to give that 2 good coats and dry in between. It needed a little bit more of the Tuscan red, so I just added a little bit more, mixed that together, and now we have our right shade. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. I am so happy you are here. So next, now that our frame is dry, it's now time to cut out our insert. So here I am just measuring the insert along with my frame to make sure that I have all of the edges of my jar on the inside and that nothing is hanging over. Yes, I'm going to lose some of the flowers, but that is okay. Now I cut that out, and here is Christine, forgetting that I already had a stencil, or not a stencil, a template for my inside. So here I am doing the process all over from scratch when I didn't need to do all of that. But while you watch me do this, let me introduce you to this playlist. So this is What Would You Make? We do this playlist every month, and this is hosted by my friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and myself, Christine from Divine Designs. And every month we have a new guest host. And this month we have none other than Joanna from Joanna's DIY Life. So my friends, make sure to check out our channels down in the description box below, as well as the playlist. All you need for this playlist is to craft anything using wood. We don't have a theme. We don't have anything hard. You just decide what you're going to make using wood. And if you have a channel and would like to join us every month, this is done on the last Sunday each month at 6 o'clock. Message Brenda or myself and we will be happy to add you to our Instagram chat. So now that I have my insert all cut out, trimmed down and everything, I place that in the middle, making sure that it lined up with the sawtooth hanger at the back, because you want to make sure that it's lined up properly. You don't want to have this in there and it's lean or wonky when you have it on the wall because you didn't put it in properly. And then I am going to take just a little dab of hot glue to just keep the paper inside from moving around. I cut out a piece of cardboard that's going to be used for the backing because this did not have a backing. So I cut that out off camera, and see, it's an Amazon box. Guys, don't throw out your Amazon boxes. They are very sturdy and can be used for just about anything that you want to craft with. A little piece was hanging over the edge, so I just used the stencil knife to just remove that excess. But now I need to do something else, so I took some Mod Podge to seal the paint. And it was looking a little too plain, so I took my dry chippy brush and some of the white Adirondack chalk paint, and here I am just lightly distressing the edge of the frame, just going down, up and down in straight motion to keep the strokes going in the same direction. And I just went all the way around just to distress this a little bit and add some dimension to it. Next, I took my red and white gingham ribbon and I'm making a double loop bow. So I wrapped it around 3 of my fingers 2 times, and then I cut off long enough tail, bring the tail under, push it in between my fingers, wrapped it around the loop, and then pull on the tail, and there you have your double loop bow. Now, if any of that confused you a bit, just slow the video down and watch and you'll see how I did it. And added some greenery just below on the bottom of the frame and call this one a day. Love it. If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know that you are enjoying the video. And stick around because we have a lot more inspiration coming for you. I flipped it over and added back the string for hanging, and you will see more of this in the final reveal. Now we're on to inspiration number 2. This is a little scroll that I've had in my stash I got from Woodpecker's Craft, and we're going to do something with that today. So I'm just sanding it down. I like to sand down the edges of my wood pieces before I do anything to them. So I'm just sanding this down, cleaned it off, and we're going to paint that with 2 coats of folk art in Adirondack. Now I'm just using a pen, black pen, and just painting in, well, not painting, drawing in the eye of the squirrel. I did both sides, and then just to indicate where his ears are, I'm using the pen to just make a little indentation right there. And to give him some whiskers, yes, we want our little squirrel to have some whiskers. Did that. And here I'm just trying to decide which of my rub-on transfers that I want to use on here. But before I did that, I took a piece of the gingham ribbon and made a little bow right around his neck, just to dress him up a little. I didn't want to do too much to this because it was just plain and simple, and sometimes that's all it takes, a little of, something, not too much of everything. And then I found a poinsettia from my transfer and just transferred that on. I love these transfers, but it does take a little elbow work to get it on there, but after you get that on there, it is beautiful. So then I took the black ink pad and I'm just distressing the edge of our little squirrel. And because I wanted him to stand up properly, I took a block, painted that white, left one side unpainted, and then I'm using some wood glue with a little hot glue to glue that down. Now to glue it on, I had to make him stand upright so that I know exactly how I wanted him to stand, and then just added the little block. And there he is, all done. You'll see more of that in the final reveal. Now guys, this is the download, the free download that I'm telling you about. Now if you like to craft and sometimes you like to sketch out your inspiration, this DIY project planner will help you to do that. And this is where you will enter your email address. That's all I'm asking, your name and your email address. And click the download on that and it will download to your computer. Link will be in my description box below so you can check that out. So we're moving on to inspiration number 3. This is another picture frame that I got from Plaid, Martha Stewart picture frame. So I took the back out and I am going to paint this with 2 coats of the chalk paint in Adirondack. There it is, painted, dried. I also painted the insert, and now to tone that down a little bit, I'm using some I think this is folk art linen, and I'm lightly putting this on. I'm not giving it a heavy coat because of course I want to keep some of the white peeking through. I'm just lightly dusting this on because I wanted to break up that white and change the color up a little bit. So once I blended that in to give me the shade that I wanted, dried it with the heat gun. And after that dried, now I'm going to distress, or not distress so much. I wanted to have that tapping feel, not a brush stroke feel, but like a tapping. So I took a dry chippy brush with where the bristles were a little bigger, and I mixed that in some Waverly Antique wax and a little of the chalk paint and just tapped that on the surface of the frame. Went all the way around until I was satisfied with the amount that I wanted. Now for the insert, I selected one of this cardinal from the Christmas transfer bundle that I've been using. You guys love this one so much. I did put on my community page. I found it on Amazon again. It went missing. For some reason, it wasn't there when I was checking. But then I found it, so I did link that on my community page. For those of you who have been asking about this transfer, go to my community tab and you will see that. Or I will link it down below for you again. So after I did the insert, added I added the cardinal to the inside piece and then just went over it to tone down the sheen a little bit with some Mod Podge. Just went over that and at the same time sealing the paint. And then as you saw, I took a little of the antique wax and a finger sponge and went around the edge of the frame just to distress that and make it pop. If you're coming over from any of the channels and this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, I do lots of budget-friendly crafting. If you enjoy the content so far, be sure to subscribe and to hit that like button and make sure you leave me a comment and let me know that this is your first time and you are enjoying my content. I added back the inside and our little frame is done, but not quite. I needed something else. Had this little bow that I got from my friend Tasha, glued it right at the bottom there. And this is done, my friend. You will see more of this in the final reveal. And now for inspiration number 4. This one is my favorite. I got this at half price at Walmart last Christmas after the Christmas season. And here I am just removing the string. And now I didn't want to do much to this, so I just took the white chalk paint and I'm going to just paint over that's in the center there. And I made sure I gave that section like 2 good coats and then went over the rest of it with 1 good coat until it was all covered, and dried it with the heat gun, and this is what it looks like. I didn't do anything to the tips. Now I'm going to use my fan brush and a little antique wax and just to stroke this a little bit so it looks aged. I didn't want it looking too plain or too white and pristine. So I'm just using the fan brush with the antique wax and just dusting off a little off of it and went over the rolling pin with it. And I also distressed the edge of it with the little finger dabber. Just went around the edge to distress that part. And then after all of that was done and it was good and ready, I took my napkin. This napkin came from the Dollar Tree last year. I cut it out very closely because that's what I wanted. Cut out this poinsettia piece, and here I'm going to decoupage that on. So I just took a little Mod Podge, spread that until it was very tacky. Remove the extra layers from my napkin. You want to make sure you do that. And then just put that napkin on top of the Mod Podged area. Use my finger to spread that and to cover it, and then just use the edge of the brush to seal the ends. And then just use the heat gun to dry that a little bit, and then I went over. You guys know how to decoupage, but for you who are here for the first time, have not seen the process before, I will link a video right here at the top that you can check out the decoupaged process. And then I just turned that on the other side, took my red paint pen and wrote the word joy on here. You can decoupage all the way around. If you have napkin that you wanted to cover that area, you can of course carry your napkin all the way around. I just wanted to use one piece, and because this area was still white, I added the word joy. Dried that with the heat gun and then added some Mod Podge over that to seal it, as well as to seal the napkin. And this one is my favorite. Love it, love it, love it. And you will see more of that in the final reveal. Now you guys know I have to put my scripture in here, and this is Psalm 92, 1-2. It says, "It is good to say thank you to the Lord, to sing praises to the God who is above all gods. Every morning tell him thank you for your kindness, and every evening rejoice in all his faithfulness." Psalm 92, 1-2. Now here we are for our final reveal, my friend. Let me know which one of these wood DIY was your favorite today. Christmas inspiration, Christmas in July inspiration. Just let me know which one was your favorite. Make sure to check out Brenda's channel as well as the playlist down below. You'll be very inspired with everything that we will have for you today. And if you are here for the first time, my friends, and you enjoy the content, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up for me and let me know that you are here for the first time. And don't forget to check out the download, the free printable that I have for you down in my description box. And there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed crafting with you today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more creative projects like these. And tap that notification bell as well so you never miss an upload. Need more inspiration? Click right here for other fun DIYs. Happy crafting, stay safe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!